Time to put The Last of Us Part 2 on a break again for this Sunday. It's time to get back to Formula 1 2020. And of course, we're going to be doing the classic cars because I did say I'm going to drive all of Michael Schumacher's classic cars. We've driven the Jordan 1991. Last week was the Benetton 1994. So this week we're going to be driving the Benetton 1995. Beautiful blue colour. It's different from the green one. So yes, Michael Schumacher did dominate in this season as Williams were pretty much careless. Damon Hill had constant retirements and, well, David Coulthard, let's just say he did the same thing. There's a lot of things that I can talk about with Williams' problems in 95 that made Benetton win so easily. So, what track are we going to do? Well, I'm basically going to do a track that I'm good at. Well, not good at, because I'm pretty rusty. I can't really say I'm good at all of them. I guess the one you see me race on the most is Bahrain, but we've already done Bahrain. So, let's see. A track we can pick. You know what? I'm going to pick Canada, because due to the coronavirus, there won't be any racing in Canada. So, yeah, I thought let me do some laps around Canada. It's going to be 3 laps. I'm going to turn down the difficulty because classic cars, I'm not really good at driving those. Even though my favourite one to drive so far is the 1994 Benetton, will the 1995 Benetton trope that? Hopefully it will. I don't do these cars good justice because I'm not good at this game yet. I'm still getting used to everything, so yeah. 1 second.
All it takes is one look around the crowd to know it's finally race day. The atmosphere at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is incredible. Personally, I think we're in for a brilliant race. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7-mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history. Could be the cause of a safety car today.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Cheers, Jeff. As I was saying, I'm not doing these cars any justice with my performances. That's what I was trying to say, but I had to cut it off because loading screen and, you know, David Croft. I don't want to interrupt David Croft when he talks because I do like it when he... This is probably the one and only time I like it when he talks. You know, before like you're prepared to watch a qualifying or race, he talks about the history and all that jazz to pump you up before the race. I don't mind him talking about that, but his commentary otherwise, nah, I don't like it. But 1995 was a Schumacher-dominated season. His main rival was Damon Hill and Williams. Oh, look at that going wide. I don't think I'll get penalised for that. I don't think so, because I didn't take advantage. I didn't want to take advantage, otherwise it would have been an illegal overtake. So yeah, that's why I kind of went off there. But Damon Hill was Michael Schumacher's main rival once again in 1995. They both had some great battles and some great dramas. If you want to talk about drama, you can talk about the 1995 British Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher was leading the race and the championship. Damon Hill was catching him and fast, but then Damon Hill tried to be too ambitious in the corner and he took out both of them. Of course, Michael Schumacher was displeased in Silverstone as he goes to the car and just yells at Damon Hill saying, "What are you doing?" That isn't the only time that these two would clash, but that is red flag number 1 for Mr. Damon Hill, because 1995 was probably the most difficult season for Damon Hill, because losing the championship to the same person twice is pretty tough. But the second red flag came in the Italian Grand Prix in 1995 as well. So, Michael Schumacher and Damon Hill was overtaken a lapped Taki Inoue. That's for another time, talking about Taki Inoue. But yes, due to him getting out the way, and he did it too late, both Michael Schumacher and Damon Hill would clash again. Again, the blame was on Damon Hill, and rightfully so. So Michael Schumacher got out of his car and once again had a go at Damon Hill. Once again, I don't blame him, because it was Damon Hill's fault. Taki Inoue became an honorary Tifosi because that promoted the Ferraris when they weren't so good. So let's just say 1995, when Ferraris was rubbish, is Ferrari right now. But let's not talk about Ferrari right now. But yeah, the Ferraris were promoted first and second at the time. Obviously, they both didn't win the race. They both retired, unfortunately. So yes, there's that. Michael Schumacher would secure the 1995 World Championship at the Pacific Grand Prix. Yes, there was a Pacific Grand Prix in 1995. Pacific Grand Prix being it was in Asia. So Asia had, I think it was in Japan actually, the Pacific Grand Prix. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Japanese Grand Prix had 2 races. Just like sometimes in Europe, British Grand Prix had 2 races, or Germany or something like that. I think in the early 90s anyway, the British Grand Prix had 2 races because of Donington Park. They were still using Donington Park. I think they officially stopped using Donington Park after 1994. I'm going to say 1994. It's either 93 or 94 that they stopped using Donington Park. But, yeah, Michael Schumacher would secure the championship at the Pacific Grand Prix, but along the way, Williams was actually legit the fastest car. But there was either reliability issues or just pure driver error that led to Benetton just coaxing to both drivers and constructors championships. Michael Schumacher would win the drivers championship, and obviously Benetton would win the constructors. Johnny Herbert, by the way, won the 1995 British Grand Prix, if you want to know who won that. So yes, Johnny Herbert benefited from both Damon and Michael Schumacher crashing out. But yeah, 1995 was definitely a dominated season. Of course, Damon Hill's teammate in 95 was David Coulthard, was filled with errors in his own right, but yeah, let's, there's your little history lesson about 1995 and Schumacher vs Hill. Of course, in 1996, thanks Jeff, of course in 1996, Damon Hill would get his redemption by winning the World Championship when Michael Schumacher switched to Ferrari. Unfortunately, his 96 Ferrari is not in this game.
Compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
So that's it. Sorry, I was just waiting for everything to add up. What do I think of the 1995 Benetton? It's a great car to drive. Like I said, I don't give these cars great justice because I'm not particularly the fastest person. I'm still adjusting to the game, so as you can see, I'm using just the preset setup, which is just the average, which is number 3. I think there's 5 setups, but I use the average one because that's what the game gives me. So yeah, you can put your own car setups, but I'm actually getting used to the game before I even think of car setups. And yeah, I need to be a bit consistent with this game, so you might see me do an odd race here and there, or you might see me do probably you might see me do a My Team once I get a lot of things out of the way, like F1 2003. But for now, you're going to see me drive Michael Schumacher's classic cars. You might see me do other things, but as you saw in the screen, there was EXP. As you saw, I'm a level 12. You have to do specific challenges, which they give you to do them. Or you could be lazy and use your coins to unlock it, but who wants to do that? The challenge is in the game, so I'm doing all the challenges, and it's been fun doing all the challenges, even if I don't do them to my standard, even though I'm a bit rusty. But the 1995 Benetton was absolutely amazing to drive. So was the 1994 Benetton. They both, for me, were great cars. They were great cars to watch in Formula 1 reality. and they are even more amazing cars to drive in game. I'm very glad that they kept them and that they're in this game because it's the Schumacher edition, and I hope that they stay in this game for the next entry. But I'm not Codemasters, but I do hope they keep them in there because the Benetton cars are fantastic. And it's great to see Michael Schumacher's history. So in the next video, we're going to be driving Michael Schumacher's 2000 Ferrari. This is SamuraiT-X signing out. See you guys next week for another episode. Goodbye!